I'm going to walk you through how I made some spatulas on my lathe. Now, I'm not much of a spindle turner, I'm more of a bowl turner, so the skew chisel is new to me, so if I do anything wrong here, please forgive me, and it does scare me a little, but I think I kind of did it here pretty well. I did a rough sketch of a spatula-shaped piece of wood here. I'm going to cut that out on the bandsaw, then I'm going to take it over and mount it on the lathe. Now, stay tuned, because I'm going to tell you how it is, if you like these, that you can buy them if you live in upstate New York. Okay, spatula's between centers, got a dry center down here, live center down here. I'm going to make it round here at the handle, then I'll round over up here, and then we'll sand it into a spatula. Now, I'm a bowl turner, I'm not a spindle turner. I've taken a few skew classes at the Totally Turning Northeastern Woodworkers Association trade show at end of March in Saratoga, New York. And they had a couple of skew chisel classes, and I took those. And I've been practicing a little bit, but skew chisel is not my main go-to unit, so here it is. I'm a little bit scared of it. I don't like the peel cut. That one scares me the most, so I'm going to kind of just keep ripping it off with the long point or the short point. But I'll get a nice smooth cut with this. It doesn't need a lot of sanding. I like that. There, I'm checking for round. So we'll make this handle round, then we'll work on the paddle part of the spatula. I'm getting a very clean cut. The skew is very sharp. That's the thing I like about the skew, that you don't need a lot of sanding once you're using it. So I'm kind of going in both directions. I kind of end up liking the long point better. You can see here I'm splitting it. I get a much better cut with it. I think to take more material off. So I'm getting a nice clean cut here. I'm going to start sanding, I think, at 180 eventually. I think the handle is getting pretty close. So I'm going to peel off the end here where I have the tailstock attached. Just taking the skew into the side and cutting away an angle there. Then I'll clean it up a little bit at the disc sander later on. This is where my lack of experience with the skew chisel really comes in. I do a pretty good job at the body of the paddle at the end, but that transition where it goes from the handle up into the paddle, I had a really hard time with the skew chisel getting in there. Eventually, I'm going to have to switch to the roughing gouge, and I'm even going to try the carbides because I just can't get the chisel to give me a nice angle in there. And here I have the roughing gouge, trying to give myself a pleasing curve between the body of the paddle and the handle. And I'm turning a lot of air because the paddle is, there's only a little bit there. So here I switch out to the carbide. Again, I'm turning a lot of air. I'm more comfortable with the carbide. I don't know why. This tool tends to be very grabby. It seems to be working here, but you can see I'm getting a pleasing angle there going across. But this tool tends to tear. The skew chisel has a much better finish. This one requires a little more sanding. So I switched back to the roughing gouge from the carbide. The carbide was tearing the wood up. The roughing gouge does a little better job, requires a little less sanding. So I kind of keep it on its side as I get that shape. And you can see I'm kind of getting there. I got a little bit of square there, but I'm going to keep going, working that angle. I'm doing a better job with this roughing gouge than with the carbide. I finally get a nice arc going with the tool handle here, and this is really where I dial in this transition. So I have this arc, I kind of have my legs locked, using my core to bring it across. But I like this angle, I like how this tool is bringing it across. I shouldn't have used the carbide, but I did, and that's why it's in the video. So I've likened this set in here, and we're going to bring it down to final dimensions and start getting ready to sand it. I'm going to sand starting at 180 going up to 220. Spindle sanding is nice. You take a lot of material off really fast. Here I'm trying to remove any lines. But now we're going to move on to the handle. I've got these burning in wire I have here. I got these at, I think, Craft Supply. I paid for them with my own money. And here I'm going to take and I'm going to burn in a decorative kind of ring or segment or whatever you want to call it there. This gives me a nice look. I'm going to put 2 of them on here. You should bring it across, and then the lathe speeds it up. I've never used these before. This is my first time. But I like how they look. A little light sanding afterward, and they're ready to go. I'm going to do the final shaping of the spatula on my disc sander. So I'm going to round these edges off, the paddle end of the spatula there, take off where the tailstock was attached to the handle, get that nice and smooth. Now I'm going to take and put a taper on the spatula itself with the disc sander. I'll do this from each side, trying to be certain that I kind of take the same amount off from both sides. And eventually here I'll work this down by keep slowly going through this. This didn't take more than like 5 minutes. And once I get down here, I'll start just arcing the end a little bit. There you can see I'm really close, so I'm trying to make it have just a little bit of curve to it. And then we'll curve the end, take it back over to the lathe, and I will hand sand it to 220 grit, getting ready for some finish. I'm going to put some Minwax, cutting board, wood oil conditioner. It's food safe. I'm going to put this on here, give it a little bit of bling. Like I said, this one's going to be for sale at a farm stand. So I'm going to set this up, get this ready to go. I wipe it on, I'll let it sit for a while, then I'll wipe it off, add another coat. It doesn't need a lot, just the oils from cooking and using it will work for it. Here we go, and this one is done. A handmade spatula from Adirondack Maple. I love the figure on this one. You don't usually get that in a store-bought piece of spatula like this. But if you want this, you can get this at Gade Farms on Western Avenue in Guilderland, New York. They're at the front. There's 3 or 4 of them there while supplies last. So thanks for watching. I appreciate it. And please like and subscribe.